Welcome back, cruisers. Welcome back. Today we're in the Bahamas on Blue Lagoon, and we're going to do a Segway tour. We got a little while to wait, but we're going to hop on them. I guess cruise around the island. I think we've walked the island already though, so I'm not sure what we're going to see on the Segways, but we'll check it out in just a minute.
Remember, one straight line, stay right behind me at all times.
Okay, after a short safety briefing, we were off. You might notice we're wearing helmets, knee pads, and elbow pads. I asked the guides if this safety equipment was really required, and it is. And I'll get back to why we were a bit apprehensive about using this gear towards the end of the video. Anyways, we headed west along the island's northern shore. Blue Lagoon is located just off the northern end of Nassau. There were 10 people on our excursion, and the one before us had about the same. However, the one that went just after us only had about 5 people in it. We purchased this excursion through Carnival for $144 each. Our tour started at 10:15, which left us plenty of time to visit the dolphin and seal enclosures, and once we returned from our tour, we still had time to walk around the island a bit more before we had to get on the boat. This is the buffet area. We did head over there after the tour for lunch, but there was a huge line. And since we didn't purchase our lunch tickets in advance, we would have to wait at still another long line just to get the ticket to hop into the buffet line. So we opted for snacks at the gift shop. However, later on at the bar, I did notice that they offer the same lunch menu, so maybe that's a way to avoid the lines at the buffet. As we headed over the bridge, you can see the security guard on the left. This guy snapped at me earlier in the day for walking on the bridge.
Sir, I'm going across the bridge this time, all right? No problem.
Anyways, in the middle of the bridge was the only photo stop on this tour. The nice thing about this is they don't charge for this picture. Oh yeah, and before the tour starts, you're gonna have to fill out a form that asks for your email, your name, and what you're wearing. It's for this. It's so they know whose picture goes with who and know where to email it. So be as descriptive as you can with your clothes to help them make sure you get the right photos. And it actually turned out pretty well. After that, we headed over to the other side of the island to this salt shack. This was apparently the original entry point to the island, and as you might have guessed, they used to harvest and sell sea salt here. We spent about 15 minutes in the shack learning about the island's history and about the local marine life. Then we were allowed to walk down to the shark and stingray encounter areas. The shark enclosure had 4 or 5 good-sized nurse sharks swimming around at the base of the stairs. Unfortunately, with the glare on the water, you can just barely make them out in the video. But make sure you bring polarized glasses. It's kind of cool to see.
On this side is nurse sharks, on this side is stingrays.
Big stingray.
You guys see the
Oh
stingray
wow, I
yet?
haven't even seen it right there. Oh, I got his camouflage.
Yeah, like I told you, the camouflage really good on the time. If you don't know how a stingray looks, you wouldn't even know if that's a stingray.
Yeah, definitely not.
Next, we headed over to the stingray encounter. They were just about swimming up the stairs. Guessing all their feeding happens right here. After that, we hopped back on the segways and headed for our last stop, the new old tower that overlooks the current entrance to the island. The original tower was used as a lighthouse and was built out of wood planking. Unfortunately, it was destroyed in a storm some time ago. This limestone replica was constructed on the original foundation. The spiral staircase inside is a little tight in spots, but the view is definitely worth the climb. But after a few minutes of grabbing some selfies and enjoying the view, we headed back down. From here, we basically just backtracked to the starting point. Okay, as I mentioned in the beginning, we were a little apprehensive about wearing all the safety equipment. Let me explain why. On the day we visited Blue Lagoon, it was about 90 degrees, and after spending about an hour touring the island, you're going to be a bit hot and sweaty. And the problem here is, apparently the tour company only has 1 set of helmets and safety pads. So as the tour before us peeled off their gear, we were immediately directed to put their gear on. They did spray Lysol in the helmets and provided hair nets, but the knee and elbow pads were still warm and wet when we got them. We opted just to strap the knee pads and elbow pads on the outside instead of sliding our hands into them. I'm thinking they should probably purchase a few more sets of safety gear and maybe implement a cleaning protocol, or at least a cool down period between uses.
All right, we just finished the Segway tour. What'd you think?
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was not super long. We didn't really go very far. It's a pretty small island, but we did get a couple different stops. Got to see the sharks and the stingrays. Went up on top of the tower. And what else did we do? Did we stop anywhere else? I don't think so. Across the bridge on the Segways. That was kind of cool, I guess. But not bad. I'd say it's a pretty good tour.
Yeah.
All right, we'll catch you guys next time. See ya.
Okay, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and see where we're going next. Bye for now.